Hello everybody, and it is that time again. The Hearthstone expansion, the Boomsday project, was just announced like an hour ago. And I'm super excited, and we're gonna read about it, we're gonna look at the cards, and we're gonna watch the trailer, which is the part that I'm excited about. I wanna see the trailer. I read a tiny bit about it because I heard about this because of a pop-up, that like a little ad thing, and it's like the Boomsday project featuring a card that I'm going to talk about in a second, and I'm like, that's gotta be a joke. So it wasn't a joke. So here we go, we're gonna look at it. So, for science, can you feel it? That electric tension on the wind, the reek of ozone and corium, the distant rumble of explosions. There's science in the air! Word around the inn is that Dr. Boom has returned to his secret laboratory in the Netherstorm. No one knows exactly what the mad genius will unleash, but a lot of very, very strange cards have found their way into decks around here lately. Mechanical amalgamations, eerie crystals, revolting lab-grown monstrosities. The good doctor and his esteemed colleagues are working on something big. Time to venture into the Netherstorm, find the lab, and uncover what these maniacs are up to. For science! So yeah, this right here, Mechajiraxis. What? That's gotta be a joke. Come on, that's ridiculously cool. And you can't see the picture of that right there too well, but there's another picture I think further down, and you can see that he's Jiraxis, but the mecha parts are from Fell Reavers, and that's ridiculously cool. All right, so like I said, we're not gonna watch that. We're gonna watch the trailer though. So okay, hold on, let's watch the trailer, and then we'll talk about the cards. All right. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I want to see this. All right, let's go.
Hey there, I'm Dr. Boom. I live to build things. Bombs mostly. So, come work with me, and we'll create all kinds of new inventions. Bombs mostly.
Bombs mostly. Science! Uh-oh.
Ginormous mechanical pneumatic robot arms for smashing everything.
Yeah, what he said. Oh, that was a cute little thing.
My team at Boom Laboratories. We're exploding with opportunity.
Dr. Boom is not responsible for severed, exploded, or lost body parts. Revealing location of semi-secret lab is punishable by death.
Apply now.
Apply now. Yay! Yay! That's crazy. I don't know why I was kind of expecting like a goblin-y song, but I mean, that's good too. Alright, so let's take a quick check through this thing. So, we got the Netherstorm and his secret laboratory. We got Dr. Boom like, hey, you wanna build stuff? Bombs mostly. Okay, so it looks a lot like the like Tempest Keep in the Netherstorm. You know, it had the overgrown dungeon. And I think it's really cool that they're sort of experimenting with that. So, we got some Netherstorm stuff. Technology. When I watched this, I was reminded of Half-Life, and he's doing a resonance cascade. I don't know why that was what I thought of, but that's what I thought of. I'm like, oh no, the dwarf is starting a resonance cascade, and it's gonna be Half-Life all over again. That's why you leave that stuff to the Blood Elves. Blood Elves are good at that sort of thing with lasers and crystals. Now these things, this robot electric doohickey in the little robot suit, it's adorable and it's really neat. I've never seen anything like that. That's a really neat idea. I like that a lot. And I like the sort of like bulb sort of, I like the crazy gnome too. And then the chainsaw arm and all the like other arms that are just sort of laying around. That's really neat. I like that a lot. And then there's Dr. Boom and some sort of a weird techno shredder thing. It's not really a shredder, but it's close, and it's kind of neat. It's got like a laser. You can see the boom bots are just sort of floating around all over the place. So yeah, that's that. All right, so let's go down and let's look at fresh from the lab. Welcome, welcome. The lab is up and running, producing truly amazing and terrible results. Step right up and behold our latest inventions. Completely unrelated, but did you fill out the damage waiver when you came in? Oh, but you did fill out the damage waiver when you came in, right? Sorry, I'm dyslexic. All right, let's look at these cards, and then we'll click all, view all, and you know what? Why don't we just go ahead and click view all so that we don't miss cards like we did last time? Although it looks like there aren't any other cards. Okay, so let's look at the cards. So we've got Biology Project. It looks like a druid. Yeah, druid card. 1 cost. Each player gains 2 mana crystals. So, I think I read about this. Projects are a new kind of card. They're like spells, but they're not. They're projects. And they're powerful cards, but they help both players. So, remember with druids, they had to nerf Innervate and make it completely useless. As a 0 cost, gain 2 mana crystals. And now they've made it a 1 cost, each player gains 2 mana crystals, which actually kind of sucks. Like, it's not gain 2 temporary mana crystals. You're both gaining 2 mana crystals, and it only costs 1. So, you know, if you're going ramp and you're confident that your ramp is going to be better than your opponent's, then maybe you could get away with this, and maybe it could be a jumping board for a good early ramp. So you do this on turn 1, you do Wild Growth on turn 2. Although you'll have 3 mana on turn 2, or 4 mana. 4 mana? I think 4 mana on turn 2. So then, yeah, you could play 2 Wild Growths. So, it's a neat idea, but I think the fact that it costs 1 mana and then also helps your opponent as well, I'm not so sure about it. Like, I like the idea of projects, and I like the idea of having these incredibly powerful results, but they're so powerful that they actually help or hurt both players. It makes it so that you really want to work your deck around that sort of thing. But mana crystals and giving your opponent mana crystals is one of those universally bad ideas, you know? Like, it's not like your opponent's not trying to win too, and giving them free mana crystals isn't going to help them immensely, and they're going to be the first ones to be able to benefit off of this. So you've got to have a really good next play if you're going to risk doing this. You really have to have your deck geared around it, and really hope that your opponent isn't geared around it and has a very specific path they want to do. Like, if you're playing against an Elementalist Shaman, you could probably risk doing this because they have to play it a very certain way, or else they get thrown off their curve, because elements have to be played in a certain order to get their effects, like if you played an element last turn, sort of thing. So, maybe, I don't know, I don't think so, but maybe. If the right deck is there for it, then the right deck is there for it. But I'm not sure. I don't think so though. Next is a rogue legendary looking type thing. It's a legend. Is it a spell or a project? A legendary project? Or I'm not entirely sure actually. This is the first time we've had a legendary that isn't a minion. This is different. Very different. It's 5 cost, Mira's Unstable Element, draw the rest of your deck. So that's really dangerous. And really, really late game. And it costs 5 mana. I don't know why you would play that. Because if you're in that late a game where you could feasibly draw the rest of your deck, you're kind of hoping not to draw the rest of your deck before you kill your opponent, you know? I don't know why you would want to draw the rest of your deck unless you know that the kill card you need is in the deck, and then you can suffer the fatigue damage for the next turn and then kill him. But that's wildly specific. I'm not convinced with that one either, to be perfectly honest. I do really like the idea of non-legendary minion card. Legendary non-minion cards, sorry. I want more of those. I just don't know that this is the right one. But it's a neat idea, I guess. Next, Electra Storm Surge for Shaman. 3-cost 3/3 battle cry. Your next spell this turn casts twice. Bah. And it's an elemental. So that really works towards the Shaman Elementalist synergy, because they like playing the those low cost elemental shaman cards that make battle cries go off twice. So what I'm wondering is, if you played the 1/1, your next battle cry goes off twice, and then you play this, and the next spell goes off twice, does that mean that it goes off 4 times? I don't know. I'm not sure, because they've never had effects stacked like that before, but if the battle cry goes off twice, and the battle cry is a spell goes off twice, does the battle cry go off twice, making the spell go off another 2 times? I don't know. If it does, that's wildly overpowered. If it doesn't, then this card is just a stronger version of the previous card, in that instead of having battle cries go off twice, it is a spell that goes off twice. So if it doesn't stack, it's still fairly okay. It's low cost, so your next spell could go so you can go with most any kind of shaman spell next. So yeah, I definitely think that this card is feasible. Not just in Elementalist Shaman either, in Spell Shamans. There's lots of good spells. We went through the whole list, remember? When we did the whole Hagatha thing with all of the random shaman spells. It's like, how many good spells are there? I think I threw that one away because I got like a Coke spilt on it. But yeah. But we went through it, and there are enough good spells that you could get randomly that would make this worth it. So having it in your deck to begin with and planning around it, a spell shaman. That's a neat idea. It might actually make Overlord Shaman a thing. Not, but maybe. It needs more synergy with Overload. If there's more Overlord synergy, then this coupled with that, and maybe a way to unlock the Overload afterwards. In Wild, it's gonna be nuts! But in Standard, if there is some Overload synergy and a way to get rid of the Overload crystals, then this in that deck is gonna be really cool. And even without it, in an Elementalist deck, it has some neat synergy. In spell decks, it's gonna be cool. So not just Overload, but there are a number of ways that this could be good. I really think that this will be an all-around good card, and I think it's something to watch. Next, the Spider Bomb for Hunter. 3-cost, 2/2, magnetic. Death Rattle, destroy a random enemy minion. Now, what the heck does magnetic mean? Well, I have it pulled up over here what magnetic means. New keyword, magnetic. Played by themselves, or can attach to a mech minion to add on their health, attack, and ability. What? New keyword, magnetic. Played by themselves, or can attach to a mech minion to add their health, attack, and ability. So wait. You can play this as a 3-cost 2/2, or it becomes a 3-cost give a mech minion +2/+2, and the ability Death Rattle, destroy a random enemy minion. If that's the case, this is a mech card that upgrades other mech cards potentially. That's really cool. That's really cool. Oh, I like that. Mech synergy. Oh, it's been so long since we've had mech synergy. We've had mechs in all the expansions, and I'm like, why do we even have mechs? You're putting in mechs with no mech synergy, no reason to put it. You're just putting them in like one random mech per expansion for no conceivable reason. It's a mech synergy, guys. That makes sense because it's Boomsday project, but I didn't expect this. You know, I was expecting a bunch of mech cards that go together, like the ogre thing, or the gorilla bot. You know, when you've got a mech, make another mech. You know, I was expecting that sort of thing. But a whole new keyword that's wrapped around mechs, piling on top of mechs and upgrading each other. And, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. It gives me a cool visual of like a spider crawling onto the gorilla bot and making it a gorilla spider bot. And, oh, that's cool. Oh, it's Transformers. Oh, that's neat. Ah, that's cool. Sorry, I'm geeking out. I like the idea a lot. All right. Next and last card, the Omega Defender, a neutral card, 4-cost, 2/6 with taunt, battle cry. If you have 10 mana crystals, gain +10 attack. So, wow. Okay. So, if you play this on turn 10, it is a 4-cost 12/6 with taunt. Yeah, that's probably worth 10. Alright, no, seriously though. That's actually probably, let's do our usual conversion. So then that is a 12/6, let's equal them out. So that is a 10/8. That's a 9/9 with taunt. A 4. See, here's the thing. A 4-cost 9/9 with taunt is ridiculous. But if you can only play it on turn 10, is that worth waiting to 10? Yeah. Sorry. The fact that it has low health and high attack does sort of make it a little bit weaker. But the fact that you're only spending 4 mana for it on turn 10, which means you still have 6 mana left over, it's worth... It's less than it's less than half of your turn 10. And it is easily worth 4. So, yes, the real question is then... when would you, instead of playing it on, waiting and holding this until turn 10, playing it on turn 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Since it's a 2/6 for 4, doing the quick conversion again, that is 3/5. 4-cost 3/5 with taunt is normal for a 4-cost. 2/6 is a little on the weaker side, but it has more health, and being a taunt, health is worth more than damage, so you could argue that in specific situations it's better, and in certain situations it's worse than a 3/5 like Ascension Shieldmaster. Or a or the Tar Creeper. So it's around equal on 4. But on turn 10, it's wildly better. So, yeah. Hell yeah. I'm slightly confused why it doesn't have mech, but I can understand it with the new magnetic system. You would not want your opponent to be able to easily buff this. I mean, sure, you could put this in a paladin or a priest, and they would get buffs anyway. But if this were a mech, then anything that had the magnetic tag would be able to stack onto this thing, and that means that it would be wildly overpowered. Wildly overpowered. Like, more wildly overpowered than I previously thought of it as a 4-cost 9/9 with taunt. A 4-cost 9/9 with taunt that can be easily buffed. Like a 4-mana 9/9 taunt elemental in Elemental Mage, where it can have lifesteal. That's ridiculous. That's nuts. It's sort of that same thing with magnetic. So, I can see why this doesn't have taunt. Even without, I mean, I can see why it doesn't have mech. It has taunt. I can see why it doesn't have mech. it is sort of disappointing, but I can understand it. So wow, they started off really like, I'm not too sure about that. Interesting possibility, but I'm not too sure that card specifically, like they usually do. And then, that's better. Wow, holy crap. So, good job on the ordering, guys. Good job. You ordered that perfectly. All right. I am immediately looking forward to this. I'll be honest. With Witchwood coming to an end, I was sort of getting a little tired of Hearthstone in general. I was starting to look for another card game to play because, a lot of my friends have moved on from Hearthstone now. They just don't want to play the same card game for that long. They want a new card game. They're waiting for like a Magic 2018 or something like that. It's just something new to come out, And I was about ready to follow them. I was sort of a diehard for it because I'm a Blizzard fanboy. But this immediately has me diving back in. I'm like, all right, I'm back in. You convinced me. Oh, Blizzard, you convinced me. You tease, you tease. All right, I'm gonna go now. I'm tired. I should take a nap because what was that? That was wholly unacceptable. All right, goodbye.
You face your access, and the Lord of the Burning Legion!